2010, Donald Gene Schuler was my best friend. We went everywhere together and he spoiled me to death. My papa was one of a kind. In 2005, when he was diagnosed with cancer, it all went downhill from there. I can remember going to every single treatment, and once he told me that it meant the world to him, that I supported him through his fight against cancer. Papa Don would always come to the rescue for me and my sister Kai, even though he was sick and he knew how to hide it. Every time he was in the hospital, I made him a card, and somehow it magically healed him. The last really fun memory that I have with him before he went into the hospital was my dad, my grandpa Don, and I went to a Chinese restaurant, and only someone like Papa Don would do this. Well, he took hot mustard and piled it on top of his egg roll and took a bite of it thinking it was sweet and sour sauce. My dad and I looked at each other and laughed so hard, and Papa next to me was coughing because it was so spicy. When I found out that he was in the hospital, I made him a card, but this time it was different. I was sad because he was supposed to come with my dad and I to Minnesota. Papa was really looking forward to the trip. The day we left for the trip, he was still in the hospital and doing good. On the way home, we got the call that he needed to be moved to the ICU. That was a very scary thing to go through, especially when you're 4 hours out of state. That night, I asked my dad, "How are you going to tell me when Papa passes away?" Well, my dad said, "I'll tell you like this. Remember the cat that we had that had no claws and climbed up on the roof? Well, Grandpa went after him and they slipped, but the cat lived." I know, bad story, right? I remember his last weeks as fun and happy. I remember the morning he passed away, clear as day. My dad knocked on my door and said, "Papa passed." I was kind of mad I didn't get the cat story, but I got over it. I know that in my heart it was for the best. I will never be a mommy's girl or a daddy's girl, but always a grandpa's girl. Always and forever will I be a grandpa's girl. He was a very loved and admired man. I hope that someday we will meet again. May you rest in peace, Papa. November 7th, 1934 to June 30th, 2010.